Yeah, that's right. That's vanilla Skyrim. No mods, no nothing. And this is what we will be doing in this video. So grab some snacks, get comfy, hit subscribe if you haven't yet, cause we're about to witness some crazy modding magic. So hello people of Skyrim, I'm welcoming you to Changing Skyrim with Nariva. I'm gonna introduce Lil Timmy, who's gonna be our co-star on the show.
Hello bros.
Terrible intro, but great idea for a video, no? The way we're gonna go about doing this is that I will show you some mods that will make Whiterun specifically into a city that is so different that you'll have to close your game and start again to make sure you're still playing Skyrim. Oh yeah, it's on folks. All the mods I used are in the description down below. Oh yeah, and I also decided to use some mods to make my character look better because, yeah, I'm not going with that. So, step number 1, we will do something about the lighting and ambience of the game, so let's install an EMB. And what you're looking at right now is the graphical setup with only 4 mods installed, and already this looks so good. You just want to take a whoop of it and make some weird cake printing thing where you just put a picture of a cake, put a picture on a cake to make it look more delicious. Back to the video. So the EMB that I'm using right now is Rudy. I also installed Arfian's Reshade preset, Enhance Lights and Effects, obviously because I love this mod, and Obsidian Weathers and Seasons. Now you might be asking yourself,
Oh, almighty Talos. That looks pretty cool in this visual setup, but why did Christian choose this mods in particular?
well, Lil Timmy, listen here. I have no idea, but it looks nice, doesn't it? Rudy is simply an EMB I have never used for a long time, so I just wanted to try it out for this project. Now, step 2, let's take out the big guns. So do you guys remember last week's video? I reviewed a mod that makes the roofs red. Oh yeah, we're using that mod today. In addition, you're looking at JK's Whiterun, or JK's Skyrim that doesn't limit itself to only Whiterun, but it changes every major city in the game. It adds more detail into the city and it makes it feel so much more lived in and filled with extra detail. Whiterun, being a trading oriented city, will be filled with storage boxes and barrels. It looks pretty darn good, right? Oh, and the well looks more like a well and less like a black hole that leads to my high school's French teacher class, because that's a worse destination than hell.
Wow, nice roast. Really clever to put down the people that educated you like that.
For real though, real Timmy, no one cares about your opinion, just get out. In terms of textures, I use CLEVERCHARFF'S Whiterun 4K, and that's why the streets look so sexy. Oh, and the water, well, I have realistic water too, because duh, hands down the best water mod out there, right? And before I start talking about the next wave of mods, let me know which one looks better. Before or after? Before or after? If you said before, why in the world are you still watching? No, there won't be any Nazim torching in this video, so don't get your hopes up. Now, the most obvious change is the trees that come from these 2 mods. I have no idea which does what, but I always use them together. Now, some hiccups might happen when you combine mods, like this tree that grew out of a porch, but you just gotta use your imagination at that point. Another mod I installed is Cover Woods that made the wood texture in the game look smooth like butter. Dull old blade can barely cut butter. Get it? That's a reference. Oh, and if you feel like it's getting dark in here, I also have dark Whiterun walls, which is installed for me to forget last week's atrocity. Ugh. Now we have some general changes to the city. Let's focus more on some specific ones. So, the tree boy. Let's go to that. I have installed GELDERGREEN's REGROWN, which sounds pretty cool, but I was not able to make it work. I'll explain in a minute. I also installed ELSOPA, carved GELDERGREEN. That makes the GELDERGREEN bark look so cool. So cool. Now, why I was not able to make the other mod work, well, I tried to complete the quest in which you revive the tree, but every time I would get away from Whiterun, my game would simply crash. Fast travel, crash. Walk to objective, crash. Thirsty, crush. And so I decided to just stay in Whiterun to film this video. Disclaimer, if your game breaks down too, it's not my fault. I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video, but who would have watched it if I did? Oh, and yeah, I also installed falling GELDERGREEN petals, but the tree didn't have any leaves, so that didn't work. You need to complete the quest for that.
To the GELDERGREEN is a travesty.
And before we move on to the next mods, we will have a message from our sponsor, me. So in the end, my merch design was rejected due to copyright. I mean, hey, it's better than a lawsuit, so. But I do have new merch designs and you can get yours today. You can be part of my next video if you send me a short clip of you dancing while wearing this. Just don't twerk, please. I'm not going to jail because of you. So now back to the video. Don't you think that Talos looks like a wimp here? I mean, look at that sword. What is that? It looks like a toothpick. Oh, now this will make you ask yourself if Talos is compensating for something. And you'll be surprised to hear that, yes, he's compensating for a crappy amount of views that I get on my videos. Like this video if you cry every time.
Please, like the video. I'll do anything.
Also, the guards are compensating for something too with their small long helmets. They're compensating for a small penis. This is why I installed the guards armor replacer. Now they look like actual warriors and less like an outdated meme. I also thought that I should install a mod for barrels because there's a lot of them now with JK's mod and I thought it would look kind of cool to have them, so yeah. And I also thought that the market stalls could use a little work, but are they improved to a point that Nazim will not bitch about the merchandise? Nope, we can all still dream about that. And last but not least, let's improve our home. I mean, you spend so much time changing the city and you wouldn't want to live here. I thought that the only mod that would be able to live up to the rest is Breeze Home by Eleonora, who is also my #1 go-to player home mod maker. That's hard to say, let me say that again. My #1 go-to player home mod maker. Yes. There have been so many videos on this mod in the past, so there's no reason for me to talk about it more, but it still lives up to even today's expectations. The outside, the inside, the golden chicken, gorgeous. And that is going to be my perfect Whiterun, at least until I make a part 2 of this video. If you guys want that, make sure this video hits 50 likes within the first week and hit subscribe for more content like this. It would be kinda cool if you were to join. If not, I guess I'll move on to another city. Which one should it be next? Solitude, Windhelm? Let me know what do you want to see in the comments and I'll make it happen. Also, we have decided on a community name for whoever watches the videos and the streams and whatever. So we will be called the Dragon Family or Dove Brood in dragon language. I think that sounds kind of cool and not cringy at all. So, hey, I mean, you guys thought so too, according to the poll. So if you really disagree, you could go in the community tab on my channel and you can change that by voting for another thing, just saying. Oh yeah, and another thing, I want to start doing something on the channel, and that is featured comments at the end of every video. Today's featured comment is math. Skyrim is back, baby! Or was it really ever gone? I'm wondering. Also, I got the reference of the cat's name. Good. Critiquing a mod that makes everything pixelated versus streaming a pixel block game seems logic. Okay, alright. My answer to that is Minecraft is one of the few exceptions that actually look better with crappy graphics. So Skyrim is better with the most detail possible in my opinion, and that's actually what we did today. So other than that, thank you guys very, very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe and come back, please. And watch my other videos. Why not? So I loaded up this older game called Skyrim. I started making videos people be admiring. Well, on one hand, it gets pretty tough. I can't help to admit that it's some really cool stuff. I get back in the game after I played so many times. I thought it would get boring after committing so many crimes. Did you know the regular chicken is considered a person? Now that's a dumb feature that ruins my immersion.